Welcome to EFT MBA Mastering Business Acumen with the help of EFT business experts. Learn the marketing, mindset, and skill set you need to create the EFT coaching practice of your dreams. Visit www.eftmba.com for more information. And now, here's the EFT training team that embodies the art and science of EFT. Alina Frank and Dr. Craig Weiner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show where we keep this tight, 30 minutes or less. Today we're talking about the top 7 Twitter tips for a successful EFT business. And here to have this discussion with me is Craig.
I am here. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay. All right, so what the heck is a tweet, a Twitter? What is it?
Okay, it's a little bluebird. What it is, it's one of the social media. So we're in a series here. We've been doing our top tips for Facebook, our top tips for LinkedIn, and now we were talking about our top tips for Twitter. Say that 3 times.
Top tips for Twitter.
All right. And what are we doing them for? To help you as an EFT practitioner grow and expand your business so that you can have a thriving practice serving people wherever you want and being able to grow and be able to achieve financial success and personal success and clinical success. But this show is about expanding your business, right?
Right.
If you've got an EFT business, otherwise you probably wouldn't be listening to the show. So some of you are using Twitter and some of you aren't. We certainly know that Twitter is involved from everything from political revolutions and overturns to business growth and everything in between. You know, those didn't make sense to people for a long time. How could you get your message out in 144 letters, numbers, and really get anything else out there? Until people started to realize, well, you can link to other things. You don't have to get your whole message across in full sentences, right? So tweets are these very short phrases, words, letters, links, etc., that mostly take you somewhere else. They're signposts, right? So let's just talk about first, are you somebody that doesn't use Twitter? You've never been on Twitter, you don't use it, you're listening to those because you're curious. You've already got a full plate. You're doing lots of things that we've been teaching you to expand your EFT business. You're working on your niche like we talk about in the MBA program. You've been working on some of your other social media, putting on a presentation, blogging, whatever you're doing. And now you're going, oh, my God, I should be doing Twitter too. Because everybody's talking about Twitter and tweeting, and now I got to learn to do one more thing. What do you think about that, Alina? Should you do that?
Yeah. No. Why?
Oh. Why? Because I got to do everything I can to grow my business.
No, you don't need to do everything and spread yourself so thin that you're not doing any one thing well.
Okay. So if I'm not on Twitter, I shouldn't, start a Twitter account today?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe it depends on how overwhelmed you are and how well you've integrated the other things we're talking about. Like, do you get stressed by putting a Facebook post? Do you get stressed by putting a LinkedIn post and following it? If you do, I'm not going to recommend that you add tweeting. But if you started to integrate those, and that's just part of your public relations and marketing, and, you're already quite used to, for your business, having your Facebook posts, and you have your LinkedIn groups that you're part of and things we talked about in the last show, and you're ready to add something new, great. But if you're not, we don't want to put you in overwhelm, because the number one top tip is consistency is key. If you're only going to occasionally tweet once a month, don't waste your time, please. It's just a waste.
So we've been saying this all along. So to quote a friend of ours, Russell Sparkman, who is the king of content marketing, he says, take your eyes away from the shiny object. And the shiny object is social media. Because if this is something that you are doing because you think you have to be doing it, let me tell you, that's exactly the wrong reason to do it. There are so many other things that you could be doing and should be doing before you get to this point where you are tweeting. But I mean, we go back almost every single one of these podcasts to tell you that if you do not have a clearly defined niche, then it is a big waste of time, because your target audience might not be on Twitter at all.
Mhm.
Right. So,
Yep.
but if you have millennials as your niche, yeah, okay. Kids, people under 30, yeah. A third of Twitter users are category. So again, it all goes back to knowing your market.
Good. And not only knowing your market, but making a commitment and decision to marketing to your market.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Not like just, I picture in my mind's eye that women in the, menopausal women are going to call me somehow, not because it shows it on my website, not because my URL represents it, not because I blog about it, just because I want that. Right? This is the marketing part. This is the brass tacks part, right? So this is the real physical kind of stuff. What are you doing? How are you marketing? All of those things. This is that level. So consistency is key. You want to be able to ideally, set up a tweet once a day. Right?
Yep.
If you're really using Twitter well, you're tweeting at least once a day, and you're going to be also tweeting to when are the people in your niche going to be watching their Twitter feeds. Right? So that's where you got to know your market. Okay, that's number one. Number two, let's get to the basics, right? So if you opened a Twitter account, but you didn't even put in your picture, you didn't put in your URL for your website, you didn't complete the profile, please have zero expectations. It's just like when you see that silhouette there without a picture, it's like that person's hiding. They don't care. They're not really involved here. I don't trust them if I can't see their face, or if they put the picture of their dog instead of their profile, right? So complete your profile.
Yeah. So going back to an earlier show on just your presence, when I see somebody that has sunglasses perched on the top of their head for a professional picture for any of these things, I question how professional are they that they can't even be bothered to get a nice headshot.
Yep. So get a good
coupon.
pick.
Get a coupon. Go to Groupon. Get a glamour shot discount. Anything. Get your friend. Go to the local community college where they have a photography class. There are millions of ways to do this on a budget. Trust me.
Good. So yes. So finish your profile. Get a picture. Link to your website. Just complete that. Okay.
Yep.
That's number two. You want to take on number three?
Number three, follow people that intrigue and interest you. And I know that there was this rule of thumb that people started out with, which is anybody that follows you, you follow them back. Okay, maybe if you're interested, if they're part of your target audience and your niche, and you want to understand and you want to curate some content from those other people that you're following, sure.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know what? Half the people that end up following me, I just know that they're blasting me. They're graphic artists. They're social media
experts. What do you mean blasting you? What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just getting. They're following me. They're following me. They're following me. And it's like I can tell they don't. I'm part of their target market, basically, right? Because I'm an entrepreneur and they see me out there, they might be interested in marketing to me, but they're not part of my niche that I'm trying to market to. So just because somebody follows you does not mean you have to follow them unless you're trying to establish a collaborative possibility and they're part of your niche. Maybe that part of your niche is working with professionals and internet techies, and et cetera, then go for it.
Right.
But you don't have to.
Okay.
Number four. You want to develop a strong theme, right? A theme, which we can call your niche or your demographic. You want to make sure that there is a consistency that's running not in every single tweet, but people looked at a stream of your last 10 tweets. They should be able to tell why you're using Twitter. And if you're using Twitter to grow your EFT tapping business, they should be able to tell that, right? So you want to be able to have your posts, your thoughts, the links that you're putting out there, you want to make sure that it focuses on your niche, your topic, so that followers know, oh, this is the guy that talks about sports excellence, or this is the person that you really want to follow that works with, health related to this, or this is whatever your niche is. You want to have a theme running through most of your threads and your posts that have to do with your topic and your niche and the business you're doing, right? Which isn't just EFT. It's how you're applying EFT to the clients and the topic that you're helping them with.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
That's number 4. You take on number 5. Back to you.
Okay. And this is something that I think that is a nice little thing to do, which is to thank people personally when someone follows you, and thank people who retweet or favor your tweet. So you'll get a notice when that happens, and it only takes a second. You can also assign an assistant to do this for you. Just a nice thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So whenever somebody takes the time to retweet, to favorite, to do anything nice about yours, you want to say thanks, right? Because it'll generate them doing it more often, won't it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
We work hard enough to get those people that notice the things we're writing. Not only do they notice it and read it, but they actually put it out to their people.
Yep.
Think about it. How many times in a day or in a week do we do that? It takes a lot to generate those wonderful, those are the people that we want to say, thank you, let me give you some more, anything else I can do? So a little acknowledgement goes a long way that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Number 6. All right. Excuse me. You want to make sure that you are sharing links.
What does that mean?
Good way. Okay.
I'm
so
a newbie
words,
here. You have to explain these things to me. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Explain it to me.
All right. So let's just say that my focus is working, just say again, with career millennials, right? That's a good one, and they're looking to change jobs or careers, or they're looking to somehow expand their influence in the world. And I just read, number 1, ideally, I just wrote an article on that, a blog on that, right? So ideally, I take my URL, which would be http://www.efttappingtraining.com/millennials so you have that whole long slugger URL there, right? But that takes up almost the entire amount of letters that you get in a tweet. So you use a site like bit.ly.
Tiny URL.
Tiny
an
URL.
easy way for you to remember.
tinyurl is a good one,
.com.
Right. And you take your very long URL, you plug it in for free, you hit shorten, and it comes out with, somewhere about an 8-letter URL that takes up much less space.
Mm-hmm.
Then you copy and paste it, you put it into your tweet, and now you have another 120 or so characters to be able to say, check this out, hashtag perhaps behind the topic, right?
What?
Okay, right, I know. I said that on purpose.
I'm new to this. You have to explain it to me thoroughly. Let's just imagine I do not have any clue what you're talking about. Hashtag.
I know. So let's just say the topic is millennial job change, right? And that's a topic that you think people are checking out. People are searching for millennial job change information, right? So that's like a category or a topic. If I take that tic-tac-toe sign, which is now referred to as a hashtag, the number sign,
mm-hmm.
and if I put that right before a word or a phrase, then people can look up that phrase in Twitter by putting in hashtag millennial, job changer, whatever it is that they're looking, whether it's recipes, it doesn't matter. But when you put that hashtag right before something, people can look that category up and find out all the posts that are written about it.
Can you create a category?
You can absolutely create a category.
Mm-hmm.
Just by using it in a sense.
Yeah.
Well,
and when
you are
and when
creating
you
a category.
So I'll just say this. When you start posting consistently, you can start always having the same hashtag with the same phrase, and then you could potentially have it trending, meaning lots of people are picking it up and lots of people are then following that.
Right. Right. So you just posting it one time does not a trend make.
That's right.
Right? Okay. That's where we're looking at repetition. So what we're saying is, number one, you use these short links because that makes it easier. Mm-hmm. You use links, and where do those links take people? Well, two places, basically. One, first and foremost, is back to your website where you have just posted a blog or an article or an event that you're doing or a coupon or whatever it is that you're posting on your website. You have the URL for that page where you want to send people to, and you take that link, you shorten it, and you put it in the tweet. And that's what sends people there. So that's one place that you can send people. Number two, you can send people to other websites and articles and blogs because you want to be seen as the authority that doesn't always just talk about you and what you're doing and what you're writing, okay? So you want to make sure that you are taking these links and you are sending it up to other great places so people start to see you as the authority on the topic. Mm-hmm. You know, we respect people that write, that create new content, but also know what else is happening out in their field and in their world. Mm-hmm. So make sure to share links. But that brings us really right into the seventh tip, isn't it?
Right.
And the seventh tip is what we call curation. Is that about healing, curation, curing?
No.
It's about putting up a ham and letting it sit for a while? No, it's not.
So, okay. The links, we really suggest that you have plenty of links that go back to your website. And on your website, you should have a WordPress blog site. You should have social media plugins inside that website so that people can easily tweet your content, and you can tweet easily from your web page, your posts, your blog, your articles, same things, right? So, but we also think that it's important for you not to just create all of your own content. I think it's also valuable, and actually Russell talks about this too in our MBA program, the importance of being a curator. Just like a curator for an art gallery goes out searching for the appropriate artwork to go into their gallery, the same way that you would go out there in the World Wide Web and find information, images, interesting articles, blog posts, videos, things that are directly related to your niche that then you put out to your followers. And that's content curation. And so you can also, believe it or not, that still doesn't take away anything from you. It just makes you even more of an expert because you have your finger on the pulse of what's happening in your market.
Right. Yep. No, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remember when we were talking about niche, right? God,
yes.
It's talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. Yes, we do. There's a reason. It's the number one way that you're going to stand out amongst all the other tapping practitioners. So,
not just tapping practitioners. Try healing practitioners.
Yeah, of course, that too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the thing that I want to say is once you start to be very clear on your niche, you are going to want to decide and come up with Keywords, this is actually bonus tip 8. We said we were going to give you 7. Bonus tip 8, because we always love to give you more than you expect. Bonus tip number 8 is make sure you take the time to create a list of keywords. We'll talk about that in a second. Keywords that are relevant and focused on your niche, right? So what does that mean? You know, SEO, everything that is search engine optimization related, everything that is being curated and collected on Tweet. There are all these, for example, curation sites like paper.ly and other ones that are basically sending their little fingers and creepy crawlers out into Twitter, and they're looking for particular words. So I remember a Paper.ly, there are Paper.lys on EFT, and there are Paper.lys, there are these curation sites that focus just on holistic health. There are ones that focus on anything you can imagine. And they are looking for the keywords that are relevant to that topic. So if you want to be found, if you want your tweets to be picked up and shared by those other curators that are looking for that topic, you want to make sure and have a list of keywords that you are regularly including in your tweets. So you start to become a source, just like you're looking outside curating other sources for who writes blogs and articles and tweets that are related to the thing I'm interested in. You want others to be doing the same for you. They want to see you as an authority so that they connect to you. They send people to you. They use your blogs, and they curate you. So you start to have your message spread, your website URL spread, your blogs, your whatever you're creating spread by all those people around the world that can find you on the web through Twitter.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so, because just like a tweet is supposed to be short and sweet, I think we'll end here and just keep it short and sweet.
Perfect. Tweet, tweet. Okay.
Okay. So
what are we doing next? What are we doing next? What are we doing on the next show?
I don't know. What do we have on the next show? You do.
Yeah, if this one was short and sweet and all about characters, letters, and numbers and symbols, guess what the next one's going to be? Kind of the opposite of that. It's going to be all about the image. All about the image.
Okay.
We are going to be going to Pinterest.
Okay. All right. So, sounds good. And we want to remind everyone that, and we actually just announced that we are changing our brand name. So this needs to be reflected. I'm looking that this should be reflected in other places. In fact, on the podcast, it needs to be reflected that we've changed it.
Update.
We have changed from EFT Mastering Business Acumen to Walking Our Talk, because we really spend a lot of time in the MBA program really helping our students their message across clearly and succinctly so that people can recognize, aha, I know what that is. Well, business acumen? Kind of, sort of, but not kind. Yes, so you might need to look it up, and we don't want that. We want it to be very clear. Our audience are EFT coaches looking for business and marketing know-how, and doing all the other things that we do in there. But really, it needs to be like a 2-second recognition. Oh yeah, that's for me. So we changed. EFT MBA now stands for EFT Marketing and Business Academy.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you can still find us at EFTMBA.com, where we are accepting applications for the next round. The next 6-month course starts, we're accepting applications now through the end of April, and we start the first week of May. Yeah. So get your applications in, and we will review your business with you and see if it's a good fit for you and us to be part of this program. It's we're in the website in month number 5 with the current students, and then next month we start on social media. So this is kind of like a warm up to that. Yep.
And these programs are evergreen, so you might be listening to this a year from after we just broadcasted, but when we start the MBA programs is every May and November, so twice a year.
Okay, for sure. We do that every year?
Yeah, every year. I have no plan on changing.
I didn't even realize
growing
that.
and expanding its influence.
All
All right,
right,
everybody.
Okay,
thank
you
so
everyone.
much for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Remember.
Keep on tapping and don't stop. Just keep tapping and tapping and tapping and tapping and tapping.
You have been listening to EFT MBA with Elena Frank and Dr. Craig Weiner. To get your free report on the 5 secrets to create a rockin' EFT practice and to learn more about the EFT MBA program, visit www.eftmba.com.